friends, this is a video series called Discovering Your Personal Mission. If you're in middle school or high school and you're wondering, what was I put here on earth to do? What is my calling? What is my purpose? Why do I wake up so early and stay up so late? Why do I have so many activities? Why am I going through all this hard work, blood, sweat, tears, stress, anxiety? What's all this for? Is it going to be worth it? Then you are in the right place, my friend. Together, we are going to go through a series of videos, which will be a series of questions, a series of prompts that are going to get you to think through what I call life's ultimate questions. And together, video by video, you are going to put together a personal mission statement. And that is going to be a tangible, concrete end product of the work that you do here in this video series. And the work is thinking. Okay, so I want you to imagine that you are among your favorite people, your favorite friends, your cousins, your peers that you love to be around. And this is not so much a class or a course as it is a conversation. I really would like you to see this time together as a conversation. So imagine you being with your favorite people, and maybe you want to go through this video series with your favorite people. Like, actually, I welcome you to do that. All right, so who am I? My name is Brenda Zhang, and if I haven't had the chance to meet you, then I am a mentor who works with middle school and high school students just like you, and I help you to strengthen your self-leadership. That means that I help you to become the best leader possible for you so that you can lead other people effectively. But it begins with leading yourself effectively. So I commend you for being here, because one of the best ways to lead yourself well is to think about your personal mission. And what do I mean by mission? Mission is another word for a calling. It's another word for your vocation. And it just means, what you are here to do, why you were created, and how you are going to contribute in your unique way, according to how God has created you, okay? And if you're wondering, what is a personal mission statement? This is an example of one that I literally took off my bulletin board, and that's why it has a pin in it. It's something visual, concrete, that you can see in front of you, and it serves as a reminder of your goals, who you want to become, what you would like to accomplish and not get distracted from accomplishing. So this little piece of paper is the result of a lot of thought, a lot of deep thinking, a lot of journaling and conversing. And this process of answering the prompts to get to this statement is actually more important than this piece of paper. So yes, you are going to end with a product at the end, something you can pin onto a bulletin board at home. But this is not as important as the process of the questioning, the answering, the asking, okay? And that's where the fun is. I hope and pray that you enjoy the questions that I am going to pose to you in these videos, because I'm going to tell you now, they are big questions. Some of them are huge questions that a lot of my students, and maybe it's true for you too, have actually been asking, but haven't had the opportunity to bring out, haven't had the opportunity to ask out loud. So this will be your opportunity to explore some of those biggest questions that you have about life. And hopefully by asking them out loud, by pursuing the answers, by thinking through possible answers with me, you will come to answer some of those questions. And you know what that gives you? You know what answers actually give you? And why it's so important to actually pursue answers to some of your biggest questions. It will give you self-confidence. You will not be the confident kind of person that you want to be if you have these secret questions that you're hiding in the back of your mind, or in the depths of your heart, because deep inside, you're not certain, you're not confident, you're not sure what those answers are, which could be anything from does God really exist, to is the Bible true, to how do I know that I even have a purpose? How do I know what I'm good at? Do I believe in myself? Those questions are going to be hindering you from growth if you never ask them. So part of what I see my role as a mentor is giving you this space, this opportunity, this time that you're setting aside to think about your personal calling in life, to address those questions. Okay, so you are going to have access to me because you are watching this video series. You can email me all your questions and I will do my best to answer them. Because you know what? When I was in middle school, that's when the big questions came up for me. I questioned a lot of the things that I had always assumed until 7th or 8th grade. And then in high school, God put people in my life who I really could converse with, relationships that I had that were safe enough for me to question, to play the devil's advocate and to be a skeptic. And that is a very healthy process, okay? So I'm here to validate your questions. I'm here to say that asking questions is healthy and it is the best way to grow. All right, so you might be wondering if you have what it takes to make it through this video series, because you may not be the most self-driven, motivated, responsible, organized student. Maybe you know that you struggle with tasks like this, of having to complete something that you've started. Let me assure you that you're fine. You're fine. I think this series of videos will benefit you as long as you watch them, okay? And if you need a little accountability, then grab somebody to do this with you, or tell somebody, even a parent. Tell them that I want you to hold me accountable for watching these videos. Even if you never take out a pen, you never write anything down, you don't have a personal mission statement at the end of it, you'll still get something from hearing the questions that we are going to be asking, okay? Now, on the other hand, you might be the opposite. You might be the student who's self-driven, self-motivated, responsible, organized, on top of it. And maybe you already have a sense of your calling and you kind of know why you were put here on earth. You know what you want to major in. You know what line of work you want to go into. But you're just here kind of for confirmation, right? You're here just to be affirmed in what you think you've already figured out for yourself, all right? And that's fine too. I believe this video series will benefit both kinds of students. So wherever you are on that spectrum, just know that you will get something out of this, okay? So come on in. Now, the last thing that I want to address is I want to manage our expectations, okay? You're young, so coming up with a personal mission statement while you're still in middle school or high school is not going to be the final draft of a personal mission statement for your life. This statement, the beauty of it is that it's going to change, it's going to grow, and it's going to evolve as you grow and change, okay? As you learn about yourself, as you discover more about your interests, your strengths, your talents. And so this personal mission is going to serve you for the foreseeable future. You're going to end up with a working draft, okay? Not a final draft. And the thing that is going to stay with you, that I hope will stay with you through this series, is the process of how you continually think about your relationship with your goals, your relationship with your desires, your relationship with your life, and your relationship with God most of all, okay? Now, that brings me to something else that I have to say up front, and that is that this is a faith-based video series. This is a faith-based curriculum. You are using downloads and PDFs that I have put together for you. And I am going to be quoting from scripture. I am going to be quoting from authors, from theologians, from pastors, from teachers, because those are our mentors. I didn't have a specific personal mentor when I was your age, but you know what? I got through my junior high and high school and even college years just fine because I had authors, teachers, pastors, professors, people that I could go to with my big questions. And although I wish that I had had a mentor, which is why I am offering, my services of what I do, even if you don't, even if I never get to meet you, you're gonna be okay as long as you know how to surround yourself with healthy, sound voices who are going to speak into your life, okay? So this is a faith-based course, and I'm not gonna hide that. If you feel like you're a very weak Christian, you're maybe not even sure that you're a Christian, great. I am so glad you're here. I hope and pray that the kinds of questions that we talk about, because we're going to be talking about the glory of God. We're going to be talking about God's mission. We're actually going to be starting there. That God is on a mission, right? Even before we were born to be on our mission, God has already been at work in history. We're going to be talking about those kinds of big questions, and I hope and pray that you're willing to learn a little bit from each video, and I believe that God is going to meet you through these videos to strengthen you wherever you might feel weak. But remember, if you have a grain of faith, right, a mustard seed of faith, we can move mountains. That is enough for God to work with, all right? And most people do have a mustard seed amount of faith. Okay, the last thing I'm going to say before we close this first video, this introductory video, is the one thing that I ask of you to maximize this video series, and that is simply to come with a teachable heart, okay? So I like to think of teachability as a bottle of water. Don't come with a full bottle that has no room at the top to receive any more teaching, any more learning. If you sense that your heart and your mind are closed, then do me a favor, just drink a gulp off the top of your bottle so that you give yourself a little bit of room to grow, to learn new things. Chances are, if you've made it this far, you have plenty of room to grow. You have plenty of space in your brain and in your heart to receive new teaching, and you want to learn. So welcome, and I look forward to going through this series with you. And in the next video, we're going to be starting with a preamble, okay? Before we jump into 8 critical questions that we need to ask when you are considering your personal mission, it's really important as believers, as Christians, that we begin with God's mission. So I'll see you in the next video.